We were out on a walk today and we noticed this ant hill that's been disturbed on this side, and the ants were out. They're making repairs. This is called the western thatching ant. I used to wonder if they were a fire ant, but I've read that they are not a fire ant. They're a specific ant, fairly common here in the Pacific Northwest. We're out in the coastal range here, and there's a bunch of these hills around. I remember as a child going fishing, and we'd stumble across these big ant hills like this. I mean, some of these things get really big, maybe even 2 or 3 foot tall. This one's fairly small, about a foot. So these thatching ants, they gather up twigs and grass and all kinds of stuff like that. I'll set that down right there. And they make these nests, these mounds. And the purpose of the mound is to keep the queen and the colony warm down under the ground or at ground level. If you dig these things up, their nest actually goes into the ground a little ways. We had one that was dug up by a bear here a few months ago, and you could see how deep it went, how far the bear dug down to actually get into the colony of the ants. Most of these ants are black and red, but some are all black. And as you can see, this mound it's made from all these twigs and pieces of grass. There's even like little fir needles in there, pine needles, various things that they're rearranging as they repair this nest after it was disturbed. And they thatch it all together. That's why they're called thatching ants. These ants, they're omnivores. And I was reading a story about how they raise these aphids and they keep them in the wintertime inside this nest. They keep the aphids alive, and then in the springtime they bring the aphids out and they deposit the aphids on live flowers, lupines, things like that are springing up from the ground. They put these aphids on those green stalks, and the aphids harvest the sap and the stuff out of the stalks and they turn it into a honeydew. And then these thatching ants, they go to the stalks and they harvest the honeydew off of those aphids, and they bring the honeydew back to the nest, and then that's what they feed the colony and the queen back here at the nest. Thought that was really strange. These ants are also a protein source for northern flickers and also American crows, and they also feed the western and the eastern kingbirds when they show up in the springtime on their migratory journey up here. Once the kingbirds start making their nest, they feed their young this protein source here. So it's really a valuable ant, although if you have these close to your house, you should probably get rid of them because, like I said, they do bite and sting. They're really cool. Let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit on their work here, just so you can see what's going on. It's always amazed me how ants work together. I mean, as you can see, there's literally hundreds of ants, probably even thousands. I mean, there may be, I don't know, 10, 20,000 ants in this colony right here, and they're all working together to feed and nurture and maintain this nest. All right, thanks for watching. See you later.